In this section called Blood Relations, we shall deal with questions describing the various relationships in a family. The questions on blood relations will evoke your reasoning ability. In order to approach these questions, you should have a basic understanding of the common family relationships. Blood relatives are persons who are related to one another by virtue of birth. For example, father, mother, son, daughter, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, cousin, grandfather, grandmother, grandson, granddaughter, etc. are all blood relations. Two persons can become relatives in our conventional sense of the term, either by birth or through marriage. Even though relationships arising from marriage are not blood relationships in the strict sense of the term, these relationships will also come in questions from this topic. And so, we shall consider all family relationships here. For example, a lady and her husband's mother or mother-in-law are not blood relatives. They are relatives related through marriage. These kind of relationships will also find a place in questions in this section. Before we look at the common relationships in detail, let us look at a couple of questions so that you can tune your mind towards them. Look at the slide. Pointing at Kiran's photograph, Tinu said, "His mother has only one child whose mother is my sister." Can you find the relationship between Kiran and Tinu? Look at the second question given in the slide. If A minus B means A is the mother of B, A plus B means A is the father of B, A by B means A is the sister of B, A star B means A is the brother of B, then how will you represent that M is the paternal aunt of N? We shall see how to find the answers to these questions a bit later. First, let us learn the common relationships and the ways to express them when solving these puzzles. When we work with these situations, certain conventions and notations would come in handy. While representing the people involved in the relationships mentioned, it would be good to use a hierarchical arrangement, with grandparents at the top and grandchildren at the bottom. From any person's perspective, we can have two levels above and two levels below, as shown in the slide. At your same level, or the level of the person under consideration, we will have the brothers, sisters, and cousins. We will place the parents, uncles, and aunts at a level higher, while we shall place the grandparents at a level even above them. Your children and the children of your siblings, that is brothers or sisters, will be placed a level below. And their children or your grandchildren will be two levels below. In order to make our life simpler while tackling blood relation questions, we make certain implicit assumptions unless otherwise specified. First assumption is that people are either male or female. That is, while doing a question, if we could deduce that a person P is not a female, then we can conclude that P will be a male. We assume that there are no illicit relationships involved. That is, if it is given that D is the daughter of F, and if M is the wife of F, then we can conclude that D is the daughter of F and M and nobody else. If it is also known that B is the brother of D, then we can conclude that B is the son of F and M. Third assumption is that people have only one spouse at a time. If it is known that A is the husband of B, then we will assume that A has no other wife and B has no other husband. And lastly, special conditions like divorces, second marriage after divorce, etc., are not to be thought about as logical possibilities unless otherwise mentioned explicitly in the description. Now let us look at some notations that can be used to represent the relationships. If we know that the person A is a male, we shall indicate that by enclosing A in a square. If it is known that the person A is a female, then we shall indicate that using a circle around A. In order not to get confused with this representation, we can use a mental prop. Conventionally, males are considered to be more rough than females, aren't they? So the notation that we are using is a square with sharp corners for males and a circle which has no corners for representing females. If the gender of the person A is not known, we simply use the letter A, which shows that it could be either a male or a female. To indicate that A and B are married to each other, we use a double arrow with two lines in between as shown in the slide. If A and B are siblings, we indicate that using a line with two arrows on either side as shown. By siblings, we mean children of the same parent. It could be sisters, brothers, or a sister and a brother. To indicate that P is the child of Q, we use an arrow from Q to P. Note that the position of Q is above P as per the hierarchical representation. Let us spend some time to look at the nuances of these relationships. Look at the slide. A set of relationships is shown there using the notations we have just learned. Do not get overwhelmed by the representation. It is quite simple. In the diagram, A, C, E, and H are males and are indicated by enclosing them in squares. B, D, F, and G are females and that is indicated by a circle around them. In this diagram, we are looking at the relations with respect to A and B. That is why they have been highlighted in yellow. C and D are married to each other. A is their son and B their daughter. Take note of the arrows from C and D downwards to A and B, indicating the parent-child relation. A and B are siblings. That is indicated by the line between A and B with arrows on both sides. Siblings means children of the same parent. They could be brothers or sisters or brother and sister. In this case, it is brother and sister. C, E, and F are siblings in the diagram. E is the brother of C and F their sister. D, G, and H are siblings. G is the sister of D and H is their brother. Based on these relations, E and H are uncles to A and B. Father's brother and mother's brother are uncles. Father's brother is called a paternal uncle and mother's brother is called a maternal uncle. F and G are aunts to A and B. F being the aunt from father's side, she is called paternal aunt, while G, who is the aunt from mother's side, is the maternal aunt. The reverse of uncle and aunt relation is the nephew and niece relation. A is the nephew of E, F, G, and H. B is the niece of E, F, G, and H. Nephew will be a male while niece will be a female. Note that nephew is the son of one's brother or sister, or It could also be the son of the brother or sister of one's spouse. Similarly, niece is the daughter of one's brother or sister. Or it could also be the daughter of the brother or sister of one's spouse. Now let us take a look at the grandparent-grandchild relationship. In the diagram given in the presentation, the male members are indicated by the squares and females are indicated by the circles. Let us focus the attention again on A and B. A and B are children of C and D. C is the father and D is the mother. I is the father and J the mother of C. K is the father and L the mother of D. Thus, I, J, K, and L are grandparents to A and B. As I and J are grandparents from the father's side, they are called paternal grandparents. I is the paternal grandfather and J the paternal grandmother. Since K and L are grandparents from the mother's side, they are called maternal grandparents. K is the maternal grandfather and L the maternal grandmother. From the perspective of I, J, K, and L, A and B are their grandchildren. B is their granddaughter and A is their grandson. A sister-in-law is someone who has become a sister by marriage. The sister of one's spouse and the wife of one's brother are sister-in-laws. Spouse means husband or wife, as the case may be. Look at the diagram on the top. C and D are married to each other. E is C's brother and he is married to O. G is D's sister. Here, from C's viewpoint, O and G are both sister-in-laws. Remember, the wife of one's brother and the sister of one's spouse are called sister-in-laws. In the second diagram also, C and D are husband and wife. F is the sister of C. H is the brother of D who is married to P. From D's perspective, F and P are sister-in-laws. It should be noted that wife of the brother of one's spouse is also one's sister-in-law. Thus, from the diagram, we can see that O is the sister-in-law to D. Similarly, P is sister-in-law to C. A brother-in-law is someone who has become a brother by marriage. The brother of one's spouse and the husband of one's sister are brother-in-laws. Look at the diagram on the top. C and D are married to each other. F is C's sister and she is married to M. H is D's brother. Here, from C's viewpoint, M and H are both brother-in-laws. Remember, the husband of one's sister and the brother of one's spouse are called brother-in-laws. In the second diagram also, C and D are husband and wife. E is the brother of C. G is the sister of D who is married to N. From D's perspective, E and N are brother-in-laws. It should be noted that the husband of the sister of one's spouse is also called one's brother-in-law. Thus, from the diagram, we can see that M is the brother-in-law to D. Similarly, N is brother-in-law to C. In the diagram, C and D are married to each other. K is the father of D and L is the mother of D. From C's perspective, K is his father-in-law and L is his mother-in-law. On the reverse, C is son-in-law to K and L. In the diagram, C and D are husband and wife. I is the father and J the mother of C. From D's perspective, I is her father-in-law and J is her mother-in-law. On the reverse side, D is the daughter-in-law to I and J. The child of one's aunt or uncle is called cousin. In the diagram, Q, R, S, T, and U are cousins to A and B. Q, R, and S are paternal cousins to A and B as the relation is from father's side. T and U are maternal cousins of A and B as the relation is from mother's side. Now that we have seen the basic relationships and understood how to represent these relationships diagrammatically, let us revisit the two questions we saw in the beginning of the discussion. In this question Q1, we need to find the relationship between Kiran and Tinu. This is one type of question where the test setter narrates the relationship in an indirect fashion. Let us once again look at what Tinu says. Pointing at Kiran's photograph, Tinu says, "His mother has only one child whose mother is my sister." So Kiran's mother has only one child. Who will that be? Kiran's mother has only one child. That should be Kiran itself, isn't it? Whose mother means Kiran's mother is my sister. That is, Kiran's mother is Tinu's sister. Now, pointing at Kiran, Tinu had said his mother, not her mother. Note the words his mother, his. From this, we can make out that Kiran is a male. As Kiran's mother is Tinu's sister and Kiran is a male, we can say that Kiran will be Tinu's nephew. But can we say Tinu is Kiran's uncle? No, we are not sure. It is important that you do not make assumptions of gender based on names. You will get it wrong. Test setters may deliberately put male names to females and vice versa. If Tinu is a male, then Tinu will be Kiran's uncle. But if Tinu is a female, she would be Kiran's aunt. So here, we cannot say whether Tinu is Kiran's uncle or aunt. Nevertheless, we can say that Kiran is Tinu's nephew. If you are to do well while solving these questions, you should be able to recognize the simple relationships from the description given in a roundabout way. Now let us turn to the second question. In this question, it is given that A minus B means A is the mother of B, A plus B means A is the father of B, A by B means A is the sister of B, A star B means A is the brother of B. And we are asked to represent the relation M is the maternal aunt of N using this notation. Paternal aunt means aunt through the father's side. So M should be the sister of N's father. Let us say X is the father of N. X is the father of N can be represented as X plus N. M is the sister of X. This can be represented as M divided by X. Thus, M is the paternal aunt of N can be represented as M divided by X plus N. Let us look at some more questions. This question is similar to the first question Q1 in the sense that a relationship is given in a roundabout fashion. Mary introduces the boy as son of the only daughter of the mother of my father's sister. In this question, we need to find the relationship between Mary and the boy concerned. The first step is to pinpoint the intermediate relationship through which the long-drawn relationship can be established between the required persons. Look at the last part of the statement. Mother of my father's sister. Understand that mother of the father's sister and mother of the father are one and the same, which is paternal grandmother. Thus, the part of the statement, only daughter of the mother of my father's sister, can be rephrased as only daughter of my paternal grandmother. That cannot be the father, as father is a male. So it can only be the father's sister, which is aunt. And so, the statement, son of only daughter of the mother of my father's sister, means son of the aunt, which is cousin. Here, certain relationships between family members are given. Some of them will give clues about the gender of the person. While reading these statements, look for clues and then try to draw a pictorial representation of the given relationships, interconnecting wherever possible. From the statement A is the father of B, we can ascertain that A is a male. But we do not know the gender of B. So we mark A inside a square, whereas we leave B as it is. The father-child relationship is indicated by an arrow from A to B, with A at a level higher than B. From the second statement, B is married to C, we can indicate the relationship between B and C using the double line double arrow. But we do not know the specific genders of B or C. However, as they are married couples, we can be sure that one among them will be a male and the other a female. From the statement, D is the daughter of B, we can say that D is a female. The statement E is the sister of D indicates that E is also a female. The relationship between D, E, B, and C are indicated in the diagram. Please note that as B and C are married to each other and D is the daughter of B, she will also be the daughter of C. Since E is the sister of D, E will be daughter of B and C. In the diagram, the given relationships are indicated in blue and the deduced relationships are shown in red for your understanding. F is the uncle of E means F is a male. F should be brother of B or C. But we do not have the information about whose brother F is as of now. The pictorial representation will look like what is shown in the presentation. We know the genders of 4 family members here. What we do not know are the genders of B and C. However, as they are married couples, we can be sure that one among them will be a male and the other a female. So, from the diagram, we can see that there are 3 males and 3 females in the family. Both the questions Q5 and Q6 are based on a common data. Let us try to arrange the given information in a diagram so as to have a better picture. Arjun is the son of Bimal. From this statement, we can say for sure that Arjun is a male. But do not say that Bimal is a male by looking at the name. It is important that you do not ascertain the gender of a person by looking at the name. In various cultures, the same name is used for both males and females. Moreover, in the blood relation questions, the test setters can deliberately give male names to females and vice versa. The parent-son relationship between Bimal and Arjun is indicated as shown in the presentation. Next, we represent the relation Damu is the daughter of Kartu. Here we know that Damu is a female, but we do not know the gender of Kartu yet. When we look at the next relation, Jumu is the mother of Damu. We know that Jumu is a female. As Jumu is the mother of Damu, who is the daughter of Kartu, Kartu should be the husband of Jumu, and so Kartu is a male. It is given that Niku is the brother of Damu. So Niku is a male. Since Niku and Damu are siblings, Kartu should be the father and Jumu the mother of Niku. These deduced relationships are shown in red lines in the diagram for your understanding. The next piece of information is Jumu is the sister of Bimal. Even this information will not help to find the gender of Bimal. Bimal could still be a male or a female. The completed pictorial representation will look like what is given here. Now let us try to answer the fifth question. How is Jumu related to Niku? We can say without doubt that Jumu is the mother of Niku. So the answer is option A. Now let us look at the sixth and the final question. Here the situation is the same as question 5. So the pictorial representation is also the same. The question here is, how is Bimal related to Damu? In order to answer the question, we need to know the gender of Bimal. If Bimal is a female, then Bimal will be aunt to Damu. If Bimal is a male, then Bimal will be uncle to Damu. So unless we know the gender of Bimal, we cannot pick an answer from the given choices, and hence the answer is option E, cannot be determined. However, note that irrespective of the gender of Bimal, since we know that Damu is a female, we can say that Damu is the niece of Bimal. Now, when we come to the end of this presentation on blood relations, I can say for sure that we have given you a good framework to look at various kind of blood relation aptitude questions. Thank you.